Every morning, my knees feel like they've rusted overnight. By the end of the day, my shoulders ache so badly I can't sleep. If you're over 60 and any of this sounds familiar, trust me, you're not the only one. Joint pain becomes a quiet companion for many of us as we get older. Sometimes it's a dull stiffness, sometimes a sharp twinge. But either way, it slows us down. It steals energy. It makes everyday things, like tying your shoes, getting out of bed, or reaching a high shelf, feel just a little harder than they should. The good news? You don't have to live in pain. And no, you don't have to rely on a cabinet full of pills either. Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 simple, gentle ways to manage joint pain at home. Methods that respect your body and actually work. Why this matters. The bigger picture of joint pain. Joint pain is more than just an old age problem. It affects your posture, your mood, your sleep, even your independence. When your knees hurt, you walk less. When your hands ache, you cook less. When your back is stiff, you say no to things you used to enjoy. And before you know it, life starts to shrink around the pain. But here's the thing, you're not helpless. Your joints may be aging, yes, but that doesn't mean they have to fail you. In fact, many types of joint pain respond well to small, consistent changes in daily habits. Things like movement, warmth, better posture, or anti-inflammatory foods. They don't seem like much on their own, but together they can transform how your body feels. So if you're ready to stop just putting up with it and start gently fighting back, let's begin with the first tip. Tip 1. Apply warm compresses in the morning. Wake your joints gently. There's something special about warmth, especially first thing in the morning. And for aging joints that have spent the night resting, stiffening, and tightening up, warmth can be exactly the kindness they need to start moving again. Mr. Harold, 70 years old from Portland, Oregon, has made this part of his daily ritual. He tells it best himself, with a smile. I just take a warm towel, wrap it around my knees like a little hug, and sit for a few minutes. My joints wake up, and I swear, I walk easier all day. And it's not just in his head. There's real science behind this soothing habit. When you apply heat to your joints, especially in the morning, you're doing 3 very important things. Boosting blood circulation, which brings fresh oxygen and nutrients to stiff or inflamed areas. Softening the connective tissues and muscles around the joints, making movement smoother. Easing that classic morning stiffness that so many people over 60 know all too well, the I can't bend yet feeling. It's like you're gently telling your joints, hey, it's time to wake up, but no rush. We're going to do this kindly. And the best part? It's incredibly simple. Here's how you can do it. Take a small towel, soak it in warm, not hot, water, wring it out, and place it over the stiff joint. Knees, shoulders, hands, wherever you feel tight. You can also use a heating pad, set on low to medium heat. Just make sure there's a cloth layer between the heat source and your skin to avoid burns. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. During that time, breathe, stretch a little, or sip your morning tea. Let your body ease into the day. If mornings are especially rough for you, if your knees feel locked or your fingers don't want to bend, try doing this before you even get out of bed. Keep your heating pad nearby, or microwave a rice pack while the coffee brews. It's not about curing everything, but this small gesture, it can soften the edges of your pain, loosen your joints just enough to start walking with more ease, and remind your body that it's safe to move again. Mr. Harold says it's become his quiet moment of care each morning. It's simple, it's cheap, and it works, he says. Plus, it just feels good. So if you've been waking up stiff, sore, or slow to get going, try this tomorrow. Before the rush, before the chores, before the screen time. Give your joints a warm, gentle hello. Because how you start your morning sets the tone for the whole day. And your body deserves to start with kindness. Tip 2. Soak your feet in salt and ginger before bed. Whole body relaxation. Sometimes, the most powerful remedies are the simplest ones. The kind that happen in quiet moments at the end of the day. After all, what better time to care for your body than when it's winding down? Mrs. Linda, 68, from Georgia, knows this well. She'd been dealing with persistent ankle pain, the kind that doesn't scream, but nags. Walking around the house, standing at the sink, even turning in bed, everything reminded her that her ankles weren't what they used to be. One evening, her daughter suggested something she'd seen online. "Mom, try soaking your feet in warm water with Epsom salt and a few slices of fresh ginger. Trust me, it helps." Mrs. Linda gave it a shot. She filled a basin with warm water, added a quarter cup of Epsom salt, sliced up some ginger, and let her feet soak for 20 minutes. She expected a little comfort, but what she got was much more. "Not only did my ankles stop aching," she said, "I slept better than I had in weeks." So what's happening here? Why does something so simple bring such big relief? Let's break it down. Epsom salt, rich in magnesium, helps reduce inflammation and ease sore muscles. It draws out tension and calms down areas that feel tight or overworked, like the ankles, arches, or even the calves. Fresh ginger is naturally warming. When added to water, it helps stimulate circulation, soothe nerve endings, and gently raise body temperature. Especially helpful if you're someone who feels cold at night or has restless legs. But here's the real magic. The feet are connected to your entire body. They hold pressure points that affect your lower back, hips, shoulders, and even your digestion. So, when you care for your feet, you're not just treating your ankles. You're signaling your entire body that it's safe to relax. And after a long day of walking, standing, or simply carrying the weight of age and responsibility, that message matters. How to try it yourself. Fill a basin with warm water, not hot, but comfortably warm. Add 1 to 4 cups of Epsom salt and a few slices of fresh ginger. You can crush them slightly for more effect. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes, ideally right before bed. Dry your feet gently afterward, and if you like, rub in a bit of lotion or oil to seal in the warmth. Make this your nightly ritual. Put on soft music. Dim the lights. Make it a moment of peace, not just for your feet, but for your mind. Mrs. Linda now does it 3 times a week. She calls it her little spa for the soul. And since starting, she says her joints feel looser, her mood is calmer, and bedtime feels more like a reward than a routine. Because here's the truth. You don't need to do something big to feel better. Sometimes soaking your tired feet in warmth and nature is enough to remind your body that healing is possible. One gentle step at a time. Tip 3. Eat anti-inflammatory foods. Heal from the inside. Sometimes, what's going on inside our bodies speaks louder than anything we put on the outside. And when it comes to joint pain, food can be either your worst enemy or your quietest healer. Just ask Mr. James, 74, from Arizona. For years, he'd struggled with swollen fingers. Simple things, turning a doorknob, holding a pen, opening a jar, became daily frustrations. His doctor prescribed pain relievers, but they only helped for a few hours at a time. Then one day, a friend suggested he speak to a nutritionist. Together, they made just a few changes. He swapped out red meat for salmon a few times a week. He started adding turmeric to soups and eggs, and every lunch included a handful of leafy greens. After just a few weeks, something changed. "My hands weren't as swollen," he said. "I could actually grip a coffee mug without wincing. I didn't think food could do that." But it can, and it does. So, why does it work? When we talk about anti-inflammatory foods, we're talking about ingredients that help calm the body from the inside, that reduce the quiet, chronic inflammation that builds up in joints over time and causes swelling, stiffness, and pain. Here's how some of these foods help. Salmon, walnuts, and chia seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help lubricate joints and reduce inflammation. Turmeric and ginger contain compounds that work like natural pain relievers, without the side effects of medication. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are packed with antioxidants that support healing. Garlic helps control enzymes that can wear down cartilage. And olive oil? It's a healthy fat that acts like a gentle balm for your joints from the inside out. And unlike pills, these foods nourish every part of your body, not just the aching parts. How can you start? You don't need a complicated diet. You just need to start swapping a few things in. Try grilled salmon with lemon for dinner once or twice a week. Sprinkle turmeric and black pepper into your scrambled eggs or rice. Add a handful of spinach or kale to your soup, sandwich, or smoothie. Use olive oil instead of butter. Snack on walnuts or chia seed pudding. Use fresh garlic and ginger when cooking, not just for flavor, but for healing. And the key, consistency. It's not about eating a piece of spinach today and expecting miracles tomorrow. It's about making these foods part of your routine, letting your body repair itself gently, meal by meal. Mr. James now says it best. I used to look at food just for taste. Now I look at it as medicine. Delicious, healing medicine. So if joint pain is part of your daily life, remember this. What you put on your plate can either feed the fire or put it out. You have the power to choose healing 3 times a day with every meal. Tip 4. Gentle movement. Every morning, use it or lose it. You've probably heard the saying, use it or lose it. Well, when it comes to your joints, that couldn't be more true. Mrs. Maria, 66, a retired teacher in San Diego, used to start her morning slowly. A little stiff, a little cautious. Climbing the stairs felt risky, and getting out of bed came with groans she never used to make. Then one day, her daughter sent her a video. Gentle yoga for seniors, 15 minutes. Maria thought, why not try it? That was 3 months ago. Now, every morning before breakfast, she rolls out her yoga mat, presses play, and moves through slow, easy stretches from her living room. I move smoother now, she says, and I'm not afraid of the stairs anymore. So what changed? Just 15 minutes a day of gentle movement. And her joints took notice. Here's why it works. When you sleep, your joints become still. Synovial fluid, the natural lubricant inside your joints, settles. Muscles tighten. Ligaments stiffen slightly. But when you start the day with movement, even slow and gentle, you're basically telling your body, wake up, loosen up, let's get going, together. Here's what happens with consistent morning movement. Your joints warm up, producing more fluid to reduce friction. Your muscles stretch, improving balance and coordination. Your body builds a rhythm that helps prevent injury and restores confidence in your steps. And maybe most important of all, your mind reconnects with your body, gently and kindly. This doesn't mean you need to join a gym or start training for a marathon. Gentle movement is all about what feels good to your body right now. You don't have to break a sweat. You just need to wake up your body with love. Here are a few ways to begin. Gentle stretching in bed. Circle your wrists and ankles. Raise your arms overhead. Roll your shoulders. Tai Chi. Slow, flowing movements that improve balance and reduce joint pressure. Chair yoga. Great for those with limited mobility or balance concerns. A slow walk around your home, porch, or even down the hallway. Or simply march in place for 5 to 10 minutes while you wait for your coffee to brew. The key is consistency over intensity. You don't need to do it perfectly, just regularly. Mrs. Maria says she actually looks forward to her routine now. It's her quiet time, her me moment. It's not just about pain anymore, she says. It's about how I feel. I feel more alive when I move. And that's the heart of it. Movement isn't punishment. It's permission. Permission to feel good in your body. Permission to trust your steps again. So tomorrow morning, before you grab the remote, before you check your phone, try this. Stretch. Breathe. Take a walk through your kitchen. Circle your arms like you're painting the air. Because if you move it, you keep it. And you deserve to keep your strength, your balance, and your freedom. One gentle movement at a time. 5. Massage with herbal oils. Natural pain relief at your fingertips. Some of the best remedies aren't found in a pharmacy. They're found in your own hands. And in a little bottle of warmth. Mr. Albert, 70, from Wisconsin, knows this well. Every evening before bed, his grandson helps him with a small ritual. A 5-minute massage with eucalyptus oil on his knees. It's our little tradition, Albert says. And the pain, it's almost gone. I sleep through the night now. This isn't magic. It's the power of touch, warmth, and nature working together. Massage is one of the oldest healing practices we have. But it's not just about comfort. It's deeply therapeutic, especially for aging joints. Here's why. Massage improves circulation, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to tired, inflamed joints. It relaxes tight muscles and surrounding tissues, which often pull on joints and increase pain. And most importantly, it stimulates the nervous system in a way that actually reduces the brain's perception of pain. Now, add herbal oils like eucalyptus, ginger, or arnica, and you take that relief to a whole new level. Eucalyptus oil is cooling and anti-inflammatory. It soothes and refreshes. Ginger oil warms the area and helps reduce chronic inflammation deep in the tissues. Arnica is often used by athletes and older adults alike to reduce swelling and bruising. It's nature's pain balm. Together, the massage and oils create a natural, gentle form of pain management, with no pills, no side effects, and a touch of human connection. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional masseuse to do it. All it takes is your hands, a little oil, and a few quiet minutes. Here's how you can try it. Warm a teaspoon of herbal oil, eucalyptus, ginger, or arnica, found in health stores or online, by rubbing it between your palms. Gently apply the oil to the sore joint, knees, hands, shoulders, wherever you feel discomfort. Use soft circular motions for 5 to 10 minutes, applying only as much pressure as feels good. If a family member can help, even better. A shared moment of care makes the experience more relaxing. Do this in the evening, before bedtime, to wind down and sleep more comfortably. Mr. Albert's story isn't just about pain relief, it's about connection. My grandson and I don't talk much during the massage, he says, but I can feel the love in his hands. That's healing too. Because sometimes, healing isn't loud or complicated. It's quiet, gentle, repeated daily. Whether you live alone or with family, this practice is one you can bring into your life with ease. You can even make it your own. Light a candle, play calming music, sit by the window. Create a moment that's not just about your joints, but about your peace. So if pain has been stealing your sleep or stiffening your days, try this tonight. Your hands, with a little help from nature, might be all you need to begin feeling better. Keep your joints warm, especially early mornings and nights. You don't have to be a weather expert to know when the cold is coming. Your joints usually tell you first. The ache in your knees, the stiffness in your fingers, that tight pull in your lower back before you even get out of bed. For Mrs. Carroll, 75, from Vermont, chilly mornings were the worst. I'd wake up with my back so tight I had to sit on the edge of the bed for 10 minutes before I could move. Her daughter noticed and gave her 2 simple gifts, a heating pad and a pair of thick wool socks. Now, Mrs. Carroll starts and ends her day wrapped in warmth. I don't ache like I used to, she says with a smile. I feel looser, lighter, and it makes perfect sense. Cold is no friend to aging joints. As we get older, our circulation slows down a bit. Our muscles don't stay as naturally warm, and joints that were already a little inflamed react strongly to cold temperatures. Here's what happens. Cold tightens muscles and ligaments, making it harder for joints to move freely. It also reduces blood flow, which slows down the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to sore areas. And for many, cold triggers increased sensitivity to pain, especially in the hands, knees, back, and neck. But the solution is just as simple as it is comforting. Warmth. Keeping your joints warm, especially in the early morning when stiffness is at its worst, and at night when temperatures drop, can make a huge difference in how your body feels. Here are a few ways to bring more warmth into your daily life. Wear soft, layered clothing, long sleeves, cozy pants, and socks that hug your ankles. Use a heating pad or warm compress on areas that tend to stiffen, like your lower back or knees. Avoid sudden exposure to cold, especially stepping barefoot onto cold floors or going outside without covering your joints. Consider heated blankets or throws, especially in the winter months or in colder climates. Drink something warm in the morning and evening. Even a simple cup of tea can warm you from the inside out. These small acts of warmth send a powerful message to your body. You're safe. You're supported. You don't have to fight the cold today. And it's not just physical. Warmth brings emotional comfort too. A cozy blanket, a hot water bottle, or a warm pair of socks can turn pain into peace. Mrs. Carroll's routine is now simple but sacred. In the morning, she turns on her heating pad for 10 minutes while sipping tea. At night, she wears her wool socks to bed and pulls the blanket a little tighter around her back. No fuss, no pills, just warmth. I used to wake up in pain. Now I wake up ready. So if cold mornings or nights are stealing your comfort, listen to your joints. They're not complaining. They're simply asking for care. Because sometimes the best medicine isn't in a bottle. It's in the warmth of a blanket, the hug of a sweater, or the gentle heat that says, "I've got you." Finally, joint pain can feel like an unwanted visitor that never leaves. It slows you down, makes everyday tasks feel harder, and sometimes chips away at your confidence. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to take over your life. Pain is a message, not a punishment. It's your body's way of whispering, "I need care, I need time, I need attention." And the beautiful part is, you can answer that call gently, right from your own home. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Start with one small habit: a warm compress on stiff knees, a morning stretch, a soothing foot soak before bed. These aren't just routines, they're acts of self-respect. Tiny promises you make to your body that say, "I'm listening." So tomorrow, try just one. Maybe you'll move a little easier. Maybe you'll sleep a little deeper. Maybe you'll just feel a little more in control. And that's a win. If you found something that helps your joints, share it in the comments. Let's build a space where we support each other, learn from each other, and heal together. And if this message touched you, please pass it along. Because no one should feel alone in their pain. And sometimes, all it takes to begin healing is knowing that it's still possible.